Well, man, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, to the very last game of this evening of the Playday-8 on the Nova tournament. Thank you guys for joining us so far, and welcome back again for another exciting game. We've had some very close games this evening thus far, and we're looking forward to matching that pace. KJ is back again with me for the Kill Squad versus Bandits.
Yeah, and this is definitely one way to end the night. We've got the top team taking on the third place team, and this is a pretty influential game. Obviously, both these teams have locked in their spot in at least top four, so they get to play in that sort of winner bracket, you'd like to say, in the playoffs. But things can shift around, things can move around, and this is definitely a game that can do that. If Kill Squad can beat Bandits, they might sort of shift things around and open up other opportunities for other teams to come in, and as well as move themselves up in that leaderboard. But I do believe that I said that Bandits would win this one. What did you say, Elijah? Did you say that Kill Squad would win this
I
game?
went Kill Squad. Yeah, I went Kill Squad. Surprisingly, though, Bandits have been playing really well, but Kill Squad, over the recent weeks, I've noticed that they have been so well played. So I think that Kill Squad is gonna take this W. I have the faith there. I almost went Bandits, don't get me wrong. 50-50 pick for me, to be honest, because I didn't really know which way I wanted to do my wages, but I decided to go with them instead. And to finish us off today, they'll take us to Oregon. Now, we did see it a lot recently. Usually we'd like to call it Oregon, but today I'm looking forward to an Oregon game. I can't lie, which is weird for me to say, but I feel like an Oregon game would be nice right now.
Yeah, I think, Oregon, we haven't seen an Oregon today, and
We had a break.
I don't know.
It was nice.
It's been good. Why not have the staple of Siege and Comp Siege come back to us for the final game of tonight, and against two prominent teams. It'll be a testament to show who is better on the map that is played so often. Obviously, Bandits, they get that advantage of being on that defense, but with the way that bans have been going recently for a lot of teams, that basement side is becoming more and more, less defender sided and a little bit more, opportunity for the attack to take that W on that basement side. So I'll be keen to see how Kill Squad starting off on that attack can, prevail and maybe make Bandits a little bit scared of what can happen. But even though I locked in Bandits, I believe in their ability to close this one out and take the W here. They've only dropped one game so far this season, and I'd imagine that they want to continue that reign. But first bans to come out, and Bandits will be banning that one, and we get to see the beautiful faces of all the players putting the face to the name. And we get to see Kill Squad's new pickup of Kulo, obviously previously on Arena. They're going to have him on Kill Squad now, so that is definitely a good pickup for them. We've seen Kulo perform time and time again when he was on that team, and wonder if he can do the same on Kill Squad.
It'll be a good addition. I like it, and we get to see how it'll change up this match in general. Now, I like that I picked Kill Squad here. They added Cooler. It might be a little bit different in terms of how the comfortability of their roster. Some early or late changes can affect the way that the team morale can be, but I believe that these players are well coerced in each other, that it can work out in the end. But you can see the bans roll out. Knock was the first to be banned, followed up by that Flores. So on the attacking side, I like the bans. Getting rid of the knock, helping out with that lurk potential. You don't have to worry about it potentially slipping past any intel that you had previously set up. The Flores being a commonly banned one on this map in general, in terms of getting rid of those deployable shields that you've got, the keeper barriers as well. But speaking of keeper barriers, already being dealt with and being removed.
Definitely some good bans. Nothing too out of the ordinary, and I think that is a good thing. Both teams going to be comfortable with what is available to them, and there's no real shock factor, no real shock value. And now they're going to lock in the operators that they'd like to play for the first round of this match. And I wonder if if the pressure, as well as we come to these later weeks, will get to any of these teams. Obviously, having the better spot in those playoffs is huge, right? So what if that comes to play here in a game like today?
Well, there are so many factors that can point to a play when you're in the later weeks, like disregarding today and like later on as well. When we get into the playoffs, and obviously, like you said, the pressure becomes a real factor. They also need to be wary of the pace and the stamina that your team can provide, because when you're doing BO3s to BO5s, things like that, if you get tired of the game, you wear yourself out early on, you'll find yourself just getting ran through in the end. And that's not where you want to be. You got so used to BO1s and those factors of just being able to test things, that when it comes down to actually needing to pace yourselves, you need to be in a good position.
Adding my +1.
Definitely, for sure. And we saw a pretty nice cam in the closet there from Organiser. He put a BP on the south side of the closet. So once they open up the wall, if they don't look behind them, there'll be a camera there giving out a lot of info. So definitely, if Kill Squad don't spot that out, it could be a deciding factor whether Bandits win the round or not. I don't know if you saw it, Elijah.
Yeah, I did. That's not a common spot that people would usually check unless you're leaving the closet, which could happen. But by then, you can imagine that you've already got all of your intel. You can see the positions from both of these teams. Trying to hold down that kitchen. Kuli's being able to read into that, try to get a frag of himself. Thankfully, he backed up off that position. But they look like they're fighting for kitchen tooth and nail at the moment. They want to have that control. They're trying to get the pinch underway. Drift with a nice pick to try to alleviate that pressure. He'll win the first engagement of the round and bring it to a 5v4. Now he's looking for the second. He does a heap of damage to Kulu, but nothing to come of it just of yet. Now he's got one grenade still in his pockets, ace to use some of those ace charges. But he's got that rotate handy for him as well, and I do believe that there is a player who is on top white to help him with a potential refrag if it comes down to it. They're doing well for burning time.
They definitely are. Minute 20 and they're still only below, but they finally shut down Drift, and was at the cost of Ben's life and some damage done to Kulo and Faulty as well, so wasn't gone unpunished, but stalling out a little bit now. 1 minute left on the board, and they still have a lot of control and a lot of work to do. They still have the nade, one nade of Kulo to utilize, but the time is ticking. They don't really have any avenues to go up, Elijah. They don't have the Amaru to go up any hatches. They have to walk up the staircases or jump through these windows. Oh my god, and
oh no! Mackenzie
see,
shooting his own teammate in the end. You gotta hate it.
it's just that, you know, that gut reaction, but they're exploding onto the side. They're making it work. He was able to find one, but Organiser and JPK, they found a picks of their own. It's all left to Faulty. He's forced to jump in. And Daddy, also known as Lonely. It feels so wrong to say that.
Yeah, it's like violating when it leaves your mouth, you know?
Yeah, Lonely is violating me. I don't like it.
He's
Lonely, change your
he's
name
been
again.
doing it again for the seventh time. I believe he changes it usually every play day, but this time I think it's been, don't want to say it, but I think it's been Daddy 3 times in a row.
It has. But first round will be awarded to Bandits. They were able to secure that one out, and maybe it could have been a different round if Mackenzie didn't sort of sideswipe his teammate like that, do him dirty. Didn't even give him a chance to fight. But these things happen. It's just a sort of an instinct. You hear a noise, you shoot noise. Monkey brain. But
Neuron activated.
Neuron activated. But it's only round 1. You get all of that out early so that it doesn't happen in the later crucial sort of rounds, right? You don't want that to happen on a final max OT round where it's all or nothing, and then that happens. No. It's round 1. Get it out now. Doesn't happen later. I think Drift's going for a bit of a jog upstairs. He's trying to find any drones. He's stressing a little bit. He still has 2 Goya packs to place, actually, but he's playing upstairs. He found the drone.
Position was given away nicely. But yeah, 2 Goya packs still to use. Nothing to come of it just yet. It looks like he doesn't want them to get control too early. Thanks to the pre-placed drones of the kill squad to be able to give away his position and warn Benticles from doing his quick Amaru in. You're to be able to live, thankfully, to the intel that it provided. It looks like they're just going to slow down now and do a little bit of a sweep across. Kulu already making himself known inside of the small tower, being a live drone for the rest of his team. But there is Jaeger, Eraser. He's on top of these white stairs now. There is potentiality for that refrag as Mackenzie's made his way to the bottom of those white stairs to support the first pick. But they are a little bit split, trying to take that kitchen and that Zulu as well. Nothing to come of it just yet. Benticles making a little bit of a alert play into laundry. They're trying to clear out these top floors. Now, Freezer, that hatch has been opened successfully. They aren't running the denial of the cave. They're just there. I think they're focusing on keeping the one in pocket just for the E-box hatch alone.
Yeah, it's once again, Kill Squad. They don't look as sort of. Oh, okay. I take it back. Benticles. He's able to shut down Drift, so potential C4 off the board. Obviously, he was able to place those last Goyo packs down, so all of his utility, apart from that Nitro Cell, has been placed. And Ben opening up that round will really help for this execute, especially on a site like Basement. But they're not able to open up this hatch. There they are. They're able to do it. Culture able to EMP that one, and JPK. Oh. Never mind, he was able to trick it.
He had one in his pockets. Instead of dedicating his last Cade to the freezer hatch, instead he left it in his pocket and he was waiting for that EMP to connect. They missed the first EMP, but thankfully having the one in your pocket when the next EMP did connect, you're able to trick the hatch, and that'll be both your EMPs used up as well, so you won't be able to open up the E-box hatch alone. So you're going to have to direct your push somewhere else. MML getting the kill onto Mackenzie to bring it back to a 4v4. You're going to have to rotate yourselves to an even position, but you are unaware. ML and Kulu is able to find yet another kill in the round to bring it to a 3v4 now. Stays even up though as JPK finds one, but immediate flurry by both of these teams will leave it all alone for Eraser to clutch it out in a 1v2. Now Faulty has got the diffuser and he's planning it in default. Now Benticles with a little bit of an angle, and Tapillar's going to clean up Eraser, and they'll find themselves their round to win it out.
Yeah, unfortunate for MML. He wasn't quite aware that they had that freezer position, that they were playing so patiently and waiting for someone to peek that line of sight. And now we're back to that even Steven, and there actually is a Steven on the other team. Good old Faulty.
Steven.
The dad gamer, look at him. He's happy. He's smiling. Did he hear me?
Defenders
I
protect
don't
the
know.
bombs from being defused by attackers.
The dad gamer. But they're going to go back to this basement. They're going to give it another go, Elijah. You reckon they can hold it down this time?
It's basement, right? It should be the easiest site to defend out of the rest of the sites in the match, I would say. You shouldn't really have too much trouble here, but hasn't really worked out for them too much. You can see, thanks to Kill Squad struggling to open up that E-box hatch, the adaptability will come out, and they're going to run the Thatchers still in play.
Yeah, what I was going to say earlier is that we're seeing a different sort of Kill Squad. We usually see them sort of go all nuts. They go for the rush plays. They go for those quick plays. But for the most part, towards the end of that round, and they did do that. But they still sort of been oh my god. Been taking their time.
Yeah. I mean, that could be multiple factors. I mean, it could be like roster changes. It could be like, you know, a multitude of things. But it could also be like what we talked about at the beginning of the game, or the beginning of most of these games. But it could be the pressure that's coming in. You're getting into the later rounds, right? You don't want to throw when you don't have to. That
is exactly it. And I think they've focused up a little bit over these last few play days, and they're really locked in. And I think I like this side of Kill Squad. They take their time. They can sort of capitalize off of that. And when it does come down to it, they can play that aggression as well. I think having that aggression in your back pocket is always a good skill to have. And it definitely worked out for them in round 2. And I wonder if it can work out for them in round 3 as they start to clear the map. They're not really getting contested as of yet. They've been able to get the control relatively for free. They still have this Goyo in this big tower, and we've seen how much of an impact Drift can have in this big tower as well. If he's not sort of droned out, he just usually hides up in that tier 2, tier 3 area, and then he can be quite deadly after that. But this time he's opted to hide in this tier 1 area, and he might be stuck here.
Yeah, he did get spotted out as well, and thanks to the angles that have been preset for him, could potentially shoot up his ankles if he tries to get down, or even his head. Now his position's given away. A little bit of damage to be taken in the process. A C4 to be thrown, but one's come to his door. If he can get one, it might be huge. I mean, it's the best thing he can hope for, but in the end, Faulty will be able to clean up Drift. Use one of those EMPs as well on Culture's pockets to help you get rid of the E-box hatch, stop you from tricking. Looks like you will be unable to do it, as the hatch will be opened up easily before the Cade can reactivate. And this time it is completely different. Side of Kill Squad, so this time they've got that hatch play working for them. Rotate as well into Freezer. They've got the positions ready for them.
Yeah, and they've popped the Goyo packs as well, so that they don't have to worry about anyone pushing through. Otherwise, they're going to take all that damage to the fire. And they're being used to open up the wall in like an impact grenade almost. They're able to push through it now, and able to find not just a Razor, but JBK, MML, and Lonely all at once. And this is what I'm talking about. The frag potential from Kill Squad. When it's needed, they can explode. They can play crazy like that. And once again, it worked in round 2. It works in round 3. And wow. That was beautiful to see.
The collapse. The well-timed collapse as well, because it wasn't only just like a collapse of just mess, but they timed it perfectly as well. That the Candelas, the impact nade, which was actually a grenade that was cooked perfectly, accompanied by the Candela to blind. They all pushed at the exact same time at the crucial moment that it completely caught Bandits off guard, and it won themselves around and put themselves 1 round above Bandits. As they take it upstairs to the bedrooms now. See if they can do it again. I think they could be more comfortable here.
I think they could. You know, they did win this earlier. And coming back here, they know that they can win it. And that would be a refreshing sort of break for Bandits. They've lost the last 2 rounds in a row on a site, like you said, that should be more favored for the defense. But Mackenzie, he's running his signature sort of operator here now. He's running that glass. Now this guy can be deadly on the glass. You got to be careful of him using that DMR sniper rifle. I don't know what you call it, but he's an absolute menace with it. And I'd imagine he wants to go double window here, but be careful of MML. He's playing this bottom white window. He could jump out, but he is cautious of Kulo, I do believe, in the shower hall.
Looks like he's gone back for the archives instead. Now, good position to be holding. Looks like he's accompanied by Drift as well to potentially hold down this kitchen and the security as well. No kills to go out just yet, but they're doing well in working their positions. They've got the attic position open. They are aware of the player who's playing in security as well. Hopefully they know about one into kitchen. You're going to be able to rotate yourself to the white stairs to deal with just that. Now Bentacles going to be able to find their very first kill in this round and remove Drift from play. And that was the person who was in kitchen. So kitchen has been forfeited, and MML read into that and dropped the hatch. Now he's found himself down to laundry, and Bentacles is looking to follow.
Yeah, and it's an interesting sort of pick we haven't really talked about, but Culture, he's been running this gridlock. And, you know, she does pack a good sort of loadout, but Her ability is also not too bad as well. You're able to cover those whole stairs, and you're going to be able to know when they're pushing up there. Because it's not like an air jab where you only have to shoot one. You have to shoot multiple. And you're definitely going to hear that sound cue. But also, as well, you can use those gridlock tracks as a cover. You can mask your sound. So on those executes, you can be annoying. Chuck it somewhere. And a lot of teams like to do that. So I wonder if that's the same go here.
It could be, especially for a lurk, Kulu finding the kill onto Lonely will make it that much harder for Bandits to come back as they're down to a 3v5 deficit. Legion Mind's going to give away the position of Mackenzie, trying to lurk himself up the white stairs. They are aware of him now. And it looks like they've just stacked so many of those little poison goo mines up, ready for him. Nice little glass shot. A Razor to hit the shot first, though. We'll take it out of a 3v4 with 34 seconds left. Main windows on Faulty. 30 seconds left to work with. He has got a flash in his hands, I do believe, but all the angles that have been preset for him could be fatal for him potentially. But the white stairs has been covered. They're going to go in as well. They do a heap of damage to MML, but he will be able to pick up the kill in the end. MML finding it onto Faulty and an immediate down and confirmed by a Razor, but JPK to find one of his own. Taking it out to a 3v1, and Razor, with a big round for himself, will secure it to an even 2-2 again.
Wow. I don't know what happened for Kill Squad there. They found the opening pick and they looked good with the control that they had. But then after that, on the execute, unlike the rounds prior, Bandits, they held their ground. They stopped any sort of entry onto the actual bomb site itself. And now they're able to tie things up here. So they have an answer. They're not letting Kill Squad get away with what they're doing. So Kill Squad, they got to be careful. They can't sort of get cocky. They got to be aware that Bandits are just as much in this as they are.
I think that top floor, the dorms, the kids' bedroom and stuff like that, I think that caters well to how Bandits usually play, right? They're pretty frag heavy. They can work around each other in terms of refrags and stuff like that. But all in all, Bandits are a team that like to spread their wings, you know, be a little bit of a free bird in terms of weaving their way through to get their kills and frags and work well like that. They're not really a team that you'll find that like to play passive. They like to assert that dominance, right? And upstairs, you can do that. Downstairs, you're a little bit locked to where you can play. It's more of a kill box than anything, but it's really good in terms of crossfires.
It really is, and I think they're working a little bit more off each other as well, and that's why we're seeing it net in round wins. So Bandits, they've woken up. They've seen what Kill Squad is doing, and they're learning from it. So I think they can continue that streak. Maybe they can finally win around here on the basement. They really don't want to go to those tertiary sites. They really want to try and win it out this basement side, as they've lost it 2 times now. But the third time, maybe third time's the charm, as the saying goes. And hopefully that reigns true for them.
Looks like Drift able to rotate down through the freezer. He's made himself back up, but it's going to be immediately dealt with. MML going to be able to find his kill on Alter and remove your Thatcher from play this early on. That's a huge statement to make. It looks like Bentacles isn't too happy about that and wants to get the refrag, but he will make it down back to the basement unpunished. And you're going to put your team in a rough position. Getting rid of this Thatcher early on when Cade is still available, you can imagine, on that E-box hatch. You're going to find yourselves struggling to open up that. And that is what helped you win last time. So this time, it's all going to come down to frags and positioning.
It is, and it's all up to them. But Kulo, he's putting in the work. Drift, he's going to be eliminated from the board. Done and dusted. And once again, another C4 off the board. And that just helps you on this execute. And Kill Squad, they've been so good on the execute of this bomb site. They've got plenty of time to work with. They've got these hatches open. I don't think they have an E-box hatch open just of yet, but I'd imagine that would be the next step for them to do. And they know the way that JPK has been tricking it, so I'd imagine that JPK is probably, you know, given up on that concept, given up on that idea of being able to trick it anymore as the Thatcher's in play. But maybe they don't know the Thatcher's dead. They do have the EMPs of the Lion, but he's down here in the bunker, so I don't even think they're going to be getting the E-box hatch open, Elijah.
I think that Kill Squad are just as worried about that trick with the EMPs up. So Organiser will be able to find another kill, get himself, try to get it back as close as you can. But MML is going to bring it down to a 4v2 now, but a median down from Bandits is going to leave Cooler alone in a 1v4. And there's so much left to deal with. The position giveaway in Freezer as well. You're just jiggling and hoping for the best, but in the end, Lonely will prevail the kill. And you'll catch yourselves losing that round. And it'll be given up to Bandits.
Bandits are looking a hell of a lot more strong now. Or stronger, I should say now. And I think that's just the way that they play. I think once they get used to their opponent, they're able to adapt and sort of cater towards the play style. And I think they've realized that Kill Squad, they like to go guns blazing towards the mid to late round. And if they can just hold their ground and then also be just as aggressive in those moments, they can win the round. And so far, it's been raining true for them. It's been helping. But Kill Squad, they're going to have an answer as Bandits are on a tertiary site. They haven't played this site, and it seems like they were avoiding it the entire time. So maybe they're just not as comfortable defending this. I don't know what the go is. I don't know what the T is. But Kill Squad have a chance here. You know, 4-2 split isn't too bad. We always talk about that. But 3-3, it's always the ideal solution, hey?
I got to agree with you about them maybe not being too comfortable on this tertiary site. I mean, just judging by their lineups, they don't really have anything to potentially stop them from getting open those main walls. Now, that is a lot to ask for just in general when you've got players like Mackenzie who are just running that Thatcher over and over again, but it is still nice to have. But they have got all the impacts in the world to work with for that potential OSA, so they are definitely expecting Culture here to be running that OSA. You're going to need to stay alive to utilize those impacts, though. You also need to be a little bit wary of the Frostmat. Now, the drone did go through. Hopefully, it did manage to see it. Mackenzie looks to be aware of the Frostmat. He'll be able to shoot that. No! Mackenzie, you weren't aware, and in the end, he'll fall. There was a drone. I thought that he'd seen it. But in the end, it'll be given up. The diffuser is down at the top of the tower, but nobody there to confirm the kill. You'll be able to get picked up, but that will leave you in very low HP.
That is unfortunate. That was Lonely's Frostmat. What a giga brain Frostmat. He's able to read into the fact that their drone work is sloppy. And if you are Kill Squad, that is not good. You want to be able to not fall for things as simple as a Frostmat that isn't being contested either. You could just shoot it if you were aware and did drone it, but never mind, Benticles. Who needs drones for Frostmats when you can just walk right in, take two, and Mackenzie, he finds a pick of his own, even being that low HP, but MML, he has a response. He's able to find Culture, but for the most part, it's a 4v2. The Yings are going out. Ben's going to find his third. And what we thought is reigning true, Elijah. They're not comfortable on holding this side, and looks like Kill Squad are comfortable in attacking it, but JPK, he's able to find one, but at the cost of his low HP. Plants goes down, though, and it's all left to him in a 1v3. He has to find 4 in the round. I don't think it's achievable. I think that is, like, God tier. That's some next level. If he does that, all you Blast teams, you better sign this guy up. That's all I'm saying.
And it's so much to ask for. With only 20 seconds left to work with, you're this low HP. As soon as you drop, your position's given away. Faulty will pick it up. And Kill Squad get themselves another round.
Yeah, it's a good half. 3-3. And once again, Elijah, we have a close game. That has just been tonight. Close games.
It's the theme.
It's the thing.
They
no matter
where
games. They are on the leaderboard, it's been a close game. And, you know, first and third place, although they are close, it seems like both teams are that first place right now. Both of them want to be that top spot. And Kill Squad, they're keeping up with the reigning champs right now.
Doing well. 3-3 split is the best thing that you can ask for, though, in this sort of situation. So we're gonna see how we can show up now that we've gone to the switch up. But we've seen changes happen when, as soon as we, like, just based off the last match that we just watched on Villa, that as soon as teams switch over, they get the comfortable side of their defense. There can be cases where a single round isn't dropped. Now, this can reign true for Kill Squad. We'll have to see when they get their round played out. But I've seen Bandits on attack, and they're pretty good. They know what they're doing on attack. They know how to work together. They know how to funnel through the defenses. It's a very difficult thing to predict.
Yeah, and the thing with being on the defense, though, is that for the most part, I think with Kill Squad's playstyle, it favors it a lot more. But the thing with Bandits is that they love being sort of structured and working together to find those picks. So I think both sides sort of complement each other's playstyle. So it really is whose is better. And we're about to see whose is better in round 7 at the very least. And his first engagement is going to be the testament of it. In MML, he's going to win that engagement. But not if Culture is there to refrag onto JPK. So an Oryx for an Ash. But Eraser, he's able to shut down Mackenzie. So no more smart goggles from him. No seeing through smokes or those Incandelas on the execute. That is a vital, vital player to lose.
That's definitely going to alleviate a lot of pressure when your execute becomes the thing to do. Knowing that Warden is removed is definitely going to add a lot of confidence. Now, they still have to get those hatches open, and they're going to do so with those can openers. They've got the EMPs that Drift has to offer as well, but there is no denial that are on those hatches, so you'll be able to get it nice and easily done. So what they're going to work for in just a second, as the map has been forfeited, as the rest of the players, I believe, are downstairs. Now, I only see 3. Where's that 4th member? Oh, there is only 3 left. What am I talking about?
There's 4 on the side of Bandits.
I'm thinking there's another.
Yeah. There's no revives.
It's my love for Kill Squad.
It's your love for Kill Squad. They have 6 players. Faulty is the 6th. He comes in 2.
He got one of his
and
kids on.
And he's about to give them a pump.
Whoa!
And Drift, he's gonna take that one, and that is the end of him. Back to that 3v3, or as Elijah would like to say, a 4v3 for Kill Squad right now. But my oh my, 40 seconds left, and this is the decider. I reckon whoever wins this wins the game.
Was able to find Capcan and get him in the down, but there's no confirm to go out just yet. He's able to do it in the end. The Candelas are still being up though. MML having a little bit of trouble getting control of the bunker, but Faulty's going to play close with the shotgun. It's not going to be blinded just yet, but it will connect in the end if he doesn't clear this close corner. And he's going to leave it there. He's going to play that patient game. Doesn't look like he's aware, and this is deja vu. I've seen a clip like this before. It is doable. He finds the first pick. And it's it. Nice little one left, and he goes for a nice swing, and there's no time left. Kill Squad.
What did I say? Faulty. He is too. He's built different. That is the sort of patience.
That exact clip before. Please tell me you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Oh,
it's the biggest deja vu I've ever seen. Kill Squad being able to pull that out. Oh, what a play. You gotta hand it to him. You gotta be feeling really good after that.
That is that huge cranium of his. He's able to work out that, you know what? I'm just gonna let them assume that there's nobody in this corner. I'm gonna let him plant and try and waste as much of these seconds of that diffuser as possible. But he did it in style too, man. It's just so beautiful. So beautiful to see, but
brings a tear to the eye.
Bandits, They need to find their groove now on the attack. After losing something like that, that's gonna be gut-wrenching.
5 seconds to go.
You gotta be happy finding yourselves one above now as you're on the switch up. The defense looking like it's proving to be strong-sided, at least on this half. But it was downstairs, and like I said earlier, that it should be the side that is the easiest to defend amongst the rest in Oregon. And we're gonna see how they can withhold as we move upstairs. Now Culture is finding himself in shower halls. Do believe that there was a small tower push. Bandits being able to capitalize on that. Finding the early pick onto JP Kane, removing that Ash from play. Now that's your entry fragger gone. Potential soft destruction as well. And you've lost a man advantage this early on. Now the rest of them have decided to go for a sort of a southeast take as Armory Control has already been repelled in. And the info being given as well onto the cap cans or into the closet. It's going to be cleared up nice and easily.
Yeah, and Razor, he's made his way into Armory and he loves pushing this position, so I think that they're aware of it. They've placed that barbed wire there for that reason, that they expect someone to at least push through that Armory hall, and they gotta be careful of these Capcom traps. MML making quick work of clearing all of that. So hopefully they don't fall victim to the last two Capcom traps, but Mackenzie doing a bit of a ambitious peek there. He was not punished though.
Wall to be opened though, thanks to the exothermic charges that Lonely brings. With Faulty's with the smokes, he's got it in hand to try to stop anybody from playing aggressive inside of the closet. He's also going to be playing close to the trophy single to potentially swing anybody with that damage of a weapon that it brings.
As Chef would like to say, the boomstick.
The boomstick. He's definitely doing a lot of booming, but not enough. Onto MML as he able to find the head first and even it up to an even 4-4, and the angles are going to be opened up, but Culture's going to find the kill onto Drip to punish him for that, but only to kill back onto Cooler. Down to a 3v3 for both of these teams with 56 seconds left. A little bit of damage being done, just peppered across by both of these teams, but no real kills or confirms to go out just yet. Only with a few flashes to go through, Benticles to hit the head first to take it down to a 2v3, but a flurry of kills by Mackenzie and Spent will go across and leave it all for MML alone in a 1v3. Now he does aware of the position of the kid's bedroom, but nothing to going out yet. Closet, he's pinched.
He does have 2 nades in hand though. Gonna do just that. He's gonna try and nade, but it's gonna be met by an ADS. It's a lot to ask from him, but he is capable. He does have the mechanics, but does he have the time? I don't think he does. The crossfires are just set up too well, and they're playing too well off of each other. He finds one. Can he find the second? He does swing. He finds one. He knows where he is. He's gonna run it in, but no! Mackenzie, he has the ammo. He has the primary weapon in hand. And MML, he was using the pistol, but oh my god, he almost made it work.
It was close, but Kill Squad in the end will find themselves another round. 2 in a row against Bandits. You can see the pressure getting to Bandits now. All the smiles along the side of Kill Squad as they take themselves to a 3-5. Push themselves closer to that match point, just inch by inch. Looks like their defense is strong.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
I think, you know, it's going to be in Bandits' heads that they could lose that first place, you know? They could definitely lose it. Because Panic, they get a free win tonight. 7-0 win, mind you, as well. Because Arena did forfeit, because they are no longer a team, they get that free win. They get the comfortability of that. Whereas Bandits, they've got to win this game. And that is something that would be in their heads right now in Kill Squad. They would be loving the way they are right now, but still some work to be put in before they can celebrate. I'd imagine Bandits, they want to do something here to shut down the smiles of Kill Squad.
Well, it's a little bit of a different side for them to play in terms of the tertiary sites that this map gives you. Usually you would see people be playing that meeting hall and kitchen, but this time you've gone for a dining and a kitchen instead. But to help you defend it, you've ran so much denial. You've got Faultiers on that Maestro, and you've got Bentacles on the Yokai drones as well that Echo can bring you. Now, it'll help you a lot in terms of intel. You're going to have to keep it alive. Now, they're not running the IQ, thankfully, so that'll help you in the end. Little to no EMPs other than the 2 little pocket ones that Drift brings on the Lion. But it looks like you're going for a master bedroom take first. Now, you're able to spot one out who was playing into the attic. Doesn't look like a kill's going out. Just damage. Little peppers of damage. Nothing to connect.
And we approach 1 minute into the round now, and still no one to fall just yet. Ben is tagged, but I just noticed, Elijah, they have a Maestro and an Echo. They're playing that heavy plant denial. They're ready.
We don't want to lose it. They don't have the IQ, like I said before, thankfully, so Kulu will find his very first kill in the round, and that'll remove Ash. JPK, that entry fragger being removed yet again, which is the theme of things so far, I would like to say. Over the last couple of rounds, yeah.
Anyone that's played Ash has been a lot of the time the opening pick, or they find the opening pick. It's a bit of a double-edged sword, but I guess that's the nature of an entry. Now we just lay in wait. Do or die.
These little Bentacles. He's in a good position though. He's reading into the fact of his role of playing that denial, and he's playing off the site. He doesn't want to get into any engagements. Mackenzie will find his own engagement though onto a Razor. Remove yet another play, and that'll be your buck for potential that vertical play as well. MML to find a kill back onto Mackenzie though, and will remove him from play. That Frost being removed. You can imagine that all the traps should be down by now. If they weren't, then it's just a missed opportunity. Now, Drift looking to get a pick of his own, being able to find someone on top of those freezer stairs, but no pick to go out though. Fault is able to read into it and rotate away with what little HP he has, but Culture is going to clean up Drift and goes for the second, but Lonely will find it first. Remove Culture into a 2v3. 25 seconds left for the team of Bandits to push for their to get their defuse down, but there's only 2 members left, and they're trying to go for a kitchen meeting hall in push. Now, the exothermic charges will help you, but your denials are still up. Bentacles to clean up a nice kill onto MML and leave Lonely alone in a 1v3. The echoes, the maestros, the positions, the pinches. It's too much for you to work with.
It is too much, and it just looks like Kill Squad have a better grip on their defense. They're just able to hold it so much better, and Bandits on the attack, they're just not able to find any sort of footing. They're just losing. They're not able to find the space, I guess you could say. They're not utilizing what's given to them, and they're not working well off of each other, not as well as Kill Squad did. They're not able to explode when needed and find those frags. They're sort of stalling out a little bit, and when they do find the frags, they can't result that into getting the plant down or getting close to the site until it's too late. And now Kill Squad, they've done the perfect rotation. They're able to go to the most defender-sided map, site on the map, that we like to say, but we did see that Kill Squad won their attack on this site twice. So it is doable for Bandits, and I'd like to see them do it, but Kill Squad are now on that match point, Elijah, and it's looking rather scary for Bandits now.
10 seconds to insertion.
Yeah, look, their defense has just been really strong against them at the moment. And now you've done your full cycle. You're back down to Armory. I mean, looking real rough. Doesn't look like it's going to swing your way, but there's still always room to do so. You're not running the Thatcher this time, which I don't know how much of a misplay that could be. If you can utilize those EMPs that Drift brings. Might be able to work out in the end, but a nice early pick by Drift. It's going to be able to remove Culture from play. Mackenzie is finding the trade back, though. And that's what your Doki be gone. It's your EMPs. She's dealt with. You've still got the Kate up as well.
Yeah, and I think that is a better trade for the side of the defense, because not being able to open up those hatches is going to be detrimental for the push. You're just going to have to push down staircases, and especially with a Ying, it is doable, but it's just more viable to do it off a hatch play, a hatch drop. But culture. You know, he loses a C4, but most, you know, his utility, it's all down for the most part.
All going to come down to the way that Bandits want to execute. Now, they've got multiple options left for them. They won't be able to get the E-box hatch and that freezer hatch as they are both electrified, and there's no need to trick it anymore as it's been read into. Now, the double reinforcement, you can tell that Kill Squad are looking just to bunker down now as they prep just for that alone. It's going to make it that much harder for Bandits to find any footing. Now, you've got multiple options here. You can either try to go for that freezer and that laundry, or that bunker and that blue stairs. And judging by the only having 2 Cades up, only electrifying freezer and only electrifying that E-box, that you want to go for a laundry and a freezer. But it's going to be a little bit harder as they were able to read into double reinforcing off freezer to close out that angle. The JPK will be able to find himself too close to freezer door though. Now you have to be a little bit wary of that. They have dedicated a man to watch it, but no kills to go out.
Yeah, Mackenzie's going to take some damage from, I don't know if that was his own fire, but Kulo, he's going to swing that hard breach and find JPK, but MML find Faulty back, but Kulo find the refrag onto Organiser, and it's all left to Lonely and MML in a 2v3. Need to go out to bait him out. He's able to find one. No, he's able to find 2 triple for MML. Can he find Mackenzie's low HP? This is the round that Bandits need. 25 seconds though. They walk through a Capcom trap. C4 to go out. Not to finish off any of them. Plant's going to go down though. 1 second left. Now it's post plant. Mackenzie!
Defenders located the diffuser.
Wow, and JPK,
He's
they're
done.
all leaving.
The race is done. Kill Squad on a 7-3, defeating the very first place. First against third, and third will prevail. I guessed Kill Squad, and I gotta say, I'm quite happy with my prediction.
Yeah, they, Kill Squad, they turned up today, and Bandits, they're looking a bit rough. They didn't know what to do on that attack. Not able to find a single one. And, that's gonna change some things on the leaderboard, I do believe.
A lot of
Losing,
things, yeah.
I do believe that, the leaderboard is gonna switch up there now.
I think, yeah.
And
Panic take that first place. Definite for sure now.
yes, for
And
sure.
I think that leaves Bandits still in second. I don't know if Kill Squad I get to fix my monitor now. Hello. I get to, I have to fix, I think that Bandits, they do remain that second place. Panic do take over, and they'll take that first place now. So our boys at Panic can sit nice and comfortable up there, knowing that when you move over into our playoffs, that you have that advantage of being on the higher bracket. Now, we do have Coach Funk for the interview today, I believe, which has been feeding these boys some good stuff. They've been playing super well lately. Kill Squad, that was my prediction. And we'll get to welcome him to the interview if he joins in just a few seconds. But KJ, what are we thinking about that? I think you guessed Bandits, right?
I did, and today it was a different sort of Bandits than what we're used to. They didn't look as confident going into that game in general. I think, you know, the defense wasn't too bad, but on the attack, it just, I don't know. It wasn't quite right, but we're here. We're joined by Funk. How are we doing today, man?
Not too bad, brother. Not too bad.
Now, going into that game, Oregon, you guys looked very, very strong. Obviously, on the attack, 3-3 split. But after that, the defense, flawless. How are you guys feeling about that map?
I mean, how can you not feel about Oregon? Like, everyone plays it, so it's kind of hard to mess up. But it's just about who's the best gunner, and we're just the best gunners. So
Yeah, definitely got to agree. I feel like Oregon for you guys definitely helps. It plays into your style a little bit more. I've watched you guys play over the few weeks, and you guys seem to be like a team who likes to have their freedom, spread their wings, and get their frags. You guys are definitely the frags of that map, that's for sure. Did you guys expect Oregon? Were you prepared for it at all, or did you guys just run it down?
we go for anything, really. Like, we're pretty free as a team. You know, there's the basics that we don't want to play. but like we're good to play anything really. Like wherever, whenever, we'll do it. Oregon's just so like cookie cutter that if we get a chance, we can do it. But yeah, I think we're confident on pretty much everything.
Yeah, and the new pickup as well. Obviously, you have Kulo joining your ranks, and how is he sort of fitting into it? Is he fitting well, or is there still some work to be done there with him?
No, he fits in really well. Like Kulo's always been a gunner. Uh, Even when I played with him a couple years ago, he's cracked, and he brings that factor to the team that you don't know where he is. He's gonna pop up, and he's gonna get 2 kills. He just does these things like magic. So it's cool for the team, and as a coach, it's pretty cool to see. I get to utilize him now.
That's very awesome. I love to see the love that you have for your team. So you guys played really, really well, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the future. But until then, do you have anything to say for anybody who's potentially watching?
Check your corners. That's all I want to say. So check your corners.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Funk, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you again in the future. Thank you.
Cheers, bye.
See you, Funk. Well. That is us done for today's Playday, man. That was a solid couple of games, and I think we're gonna bring up the results there and go to the predictions to see who had all the right ones. I do believe that the only game that we didn't guess was ND winning that one, Elijah. I think we both voted Nutty, but you voted Kill Squad. There you go. But I think Tiaki, he voted for NDE, but he voted for Naughty Sausages for the Trident game. So he would have had it all right if he voted for Trident, but he was probably the closest one to the right amount of things. So both you and Tiaki both had 2, I think, right guesses, I guess. If I can read that right.
Absolutely right. But this was quite an upset of a Playday, I gotta say. It's changed a lot in terms of the standings. So let's have a little bit of a look at that. Let's see about where we are as we move forwards into the later weeks, because a lot of the things were changed up. A lot of differences in how we are. You can see Panic now, they're going to find themselves in that first place thanks to their forfeit. They got that 7-0 win, which put Bandits down into second place. Now, they will remain into that second spot regardless of just losing to Kill Squad, but Kill Squad got themselves another point, and they're going to leave themselves both to a 6-2 win. So they're going to stay the same, but thanks to that usual 19 versus the 15 of the round diffs, they're able to stay up nicely into that second place. Now, Nutty falling into the 4th though. Naughty Sausages falling up by 5th. Trident will remain in the 6th spot. I'm liking these standings. They are looking good. Now for Nutty, an overtime win doesn't confirm for top 4. It puts in a good place for it. Now I like it. It needs to get a good regulation win to confirm a top 4. I'm excited for these next few weeks. These teams, they're starting to zone in and find their playoffs,
They definitely are. And if you have a look there, just at the middle of the ladder there, like from 7th place all the way to 4th place, there's only 2 points from separating that 7th place to that 4th place. So we still have one more Playday, Elijah. So there's a lot of room, especially for those middle teams to move around. And obviously the same with the top part, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Obviously they're locked in for that top 4, but they can still move around for whoever wants to take that 2nd or that 1st. And it really depends on who's versing who and who's playing who. And I don't know if I can take next week's results, but I'm keen to see it all. And Panic, they'd be happy about Bandits losing that one. Obviously, if Bandits won that one, they would be in the lead. So Panic definitely would be happy that they've taken that 1st place back, and they're back in what they would say is all theirs. But any last words, Elijah? Anything that you want to finish off for the end of the night?
Um, I'm just excited for next week, and I hope you guys are as well. Hopefully, we get to see a little bit more games as we only had 3, what would normally be a 5. So, hopefully, next week we can finish those ones up, get some more games and some more action for you guys. But until then, I'll see you guys next Wednesday. That'll be it for me.
Yeah, but as always, a big thank you to all the teams that played and all the players that make it happen. You all played absolutely amazing, as well as, all the behind the scenes, all the admins, all the production teams. Big thank you to you guys. And yeah, I think that is us done. And thank you, Elijah, for casting alongside me, as well as Tiaki. He took the night off, but he's always killing it with the casts. And, I think next week's going to be a banger. But until then, we wish you all a lovely rest of your night, a lovely rest of your week, and we'll catch you guys then. Stay amazing, stay healthy, stay hydrated, stay safe. We'll catch you guys later.